Hi, I'm Dana. Let's do some yoga with a focus on your psoas muscles. I'm definitely going to recommend one block. If you have two, that's even better. And we're going to start lying down. So meet me lying down on your back like you're in a shavasana. Walk your shoulder blades a little bit further apart. Pull the crown of your head towards the back of your space. Lengthening through your cervical spine versus opening your throat. And just taking a few moments to officially begin your process of arriving onto your body, onto your mat, and into your breath with your next exhale. Finding another breath to yourself here. And then inhale, reach your arms overhead, full body stretch, point your fingers, toes. Exhale, belly button to spine, bring your knees into your chest and release your fingers. Inhale, float your forehead to your knees. Exhale, belly button to spine, soften your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe here, finding your sweet spot with this sensation in your hips, keeping a soft cervical spine, shoulders away from your ears. Grounding your low back muscles to your mat, especially as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release your head, neck, shoulders to your mat. Hands can stay on your knees. I just grab the outer edges of my mat and tear it like I'm tearing it apart as you start to find circles with your knees in one direction. Circles can be big or a little bit smaller. Making sure that you're keeping a slight level of core activation. You start to wake up through this movement and then send that direction the opposite way with the circle. And then just checking in that you are breathing here. You're not holding your breath, clenching your jaw, your neck muscles, shoulders are still soft even if you're tearing the mat like me. And the next time your knees come into your chest, pause. Inhale, send your legs long, reach your arms overhead, full body stretch, point toes and fingers. Exhale, belly button to spine, knees to chest. Wrap your hands around your knees as you inhale, float your forehead to your knees. Stay here as you exhale, shoulders away from your ears. Another full breath in. All the way out. Inhale. Exhale, release your head, neck, shoulders, your feet to your mat. So we're going to want to grab a block here. Placing one of the blocks underneath your left foot. Lying back down. So left foot is on your block, both knees are bent to the sky. Bring your right knee into your chest and release your hands behind your knee, so in between your calf and your hamstring muscle. Belly button to spine, locate your sacrum and swivel on it as you need, squaring your hips to the end of your mat. Belly button to spine, begin to pull your right thigh straight to your chest. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Let your chest get just a little bit heavier with each following exhale breath here. Psoas is the deepest muscle in our skeletal system. And it's the first muscle to clench or activate when we feel a threat. Catch another breath here and then slowly release. Release the interlace of your fingers. Let your right foot slowly return to the mat. Slide your block underneath your right foot and bend your left knee into your chest and release your hands behind your behind your knee, in between your calf and hamstrings. Square through your hips, relax your shoulders. Belly button to spine, pull your thigh towards your chest. Might be a little bit of a louder sensation from one side to the other, maybe even both. Might be a little bit quieter. Just breathing into that sensation, breathing into the deep fold in your left hip, your left groin. Touch another breath in, and then exhale, gently release. Left foot to your mat, again sliding your block underneath of your left foot. Right knee comes back into your chest. This time interlace your hands on top of your knee, so knuckles to the sky if that's available. Belly button to spine, square hips. Pull your right thigh, your right knee towards your chest, creating a quote-unquote lever-like sensation. Feeling your lumbar spine begin to ground a bit more intentionally into your mat as you hug your thigh into your chest. Relax your jaw, your brow line, your tongue, your throat. Full breath in. Belly button to spine, stay here, breathe all the way out. Then gently release. Interlace of your hands, right foot to your mat. Bring your block underneath of your right foot. Left knee into your chest. Interlacing hands on top of your knee, knuckles to the sky. Belly button to spine, hug your thigh, left knee into your chest, soften shoulders away from your ears, relax your jaw. Notice your breath, arrive just a little bit more with your next exhale. Breathing into that lever-like sensation, levering your lumbar spine to your mat. Catch a full breath in. Full exhale, all the air out of your lungs. Then gently release the interlace of your hands. Let your left foot come to the mat. You can kick your block gently to the side of your space. Let your legs go long, reach your arms overhead. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, forehead to your knees. Stay for your exhale, shoulders away from your ears. Catch another breath in. Exhale, release, head, neck, shoulders to the mat. We're gonna meet in a tabletop position, so you can roll to a fetal position and press yourself up, or rock and roll the length of your spine a couple times to a seat. And then we'll meet in that tabletop position. If you have your blocks, make sure you have them nearby. Wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Spread your palms nice and wide and claw the mat a little bit, grounding down through your finger pads, the base of your knuckles. Inhale, tailbone tilts forward, triceps roll back, heart space lifts. Exhale, flex and round through your spine, chin to chest, triceps roll forward. Again, inhale, tailbone tilts, chest lifts through through cow. Chest lifts through cow. Exhale, flex and round through cat. Exhale, flex and round through cat. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat, flex and round. Nice neutral spine. Walk your hands to the left. Step your right foot forward. Walk your hands back through center. And heel toe your right foot so it's right in front of your chest. Find your blocks here. You might find you don't want them, that's fine. Inhale, ground through your right big toe mound. Let your heart space lift. Shoulders draw away from your ears. Exhale, belly button to spine. Start to sink your hips back any amount. Inhale, right big toe mound grounds, chest lifts, bend into your right knee. Exhale, right leg straightens, hips sink back towards your left heel. Find this to your own breath, your own movement. Focusing on keeping your hips relatively squared, scissoring square to the top of your mat as you find this sensation through these movements. And then the next time you come forward, ground down through your right big toe mound. I'm gonna change directions so you can see a little bit better. Ground down through your right big toe mound. Inhale, sweep your hands to the sky, biceps frame your ears. Ground down through your right big toe mound, pin your right hip back, press your left hip forward. Right thumb is gonna come to your right hip crease, or you can find a block on the highest setting right next to your right hip. Inhale, reach through your left fingertips. Exhale, reach up and over with your left fingertips. Right hip still pressing back. Ooh, a little bit of balance. Left hip coming forward. Soften both shoulders away from your ears. Hand can come to a block now next to your right hip. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale. Exhale, left hand's gonna come down. Hips are gonna sink back towards your left heel. Right toes curling towards your face. Find a full breath in here. Right leg's as straight as is available. Full breath out. And then coming back forward, you can set your blocks to the side or keep them for a little bit more height here. Begin to heel toe your right foot to the outer edge of your space. Walk your hands and or blocks to the left. Step your right foot back. Hands walk back through center. Walk hands and or blocks to the right. Step your left foot forward. Heel toe your left foot to the center of your space. Ground down through your left big toe mound. Inhale, let your hips sink forward. Heart space lift. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Hug your left knee towards your right elbow. Exhale, belly button to spine. Hips sink back towards your right heel. Left leg straightens any amount. Inhale, bring yourself forward, ground through your left big toe mound, knee hugs to right elbow, and continue this with your own breath, your own pace. Starting to let your breath guide or lead the movement rather than the movement leading or guiding your breath. And then next time you come forward, ground through your left big toe mound. Grounding down through your left big toe mound, place a block next to your left hip. Inhale, squeeze an imaginary block to the sky, biceps frame your ears, fingers high. Exhale, soften shoulders away from your ears, lengthen through your cervical spine, your neck. Catch a full breath in. Exhale, belly button to spine, micro tuck to your tailbone, neutral pelvis. Let your left hand come to your block. I like to start thumb at my hip. Inhale, extend through your right fingertips. Exhale, arch up and over to your left. Let your hips sink forward. Softening your shoulders away from your ears. Keep hugging your left knee towards the center line of your body. Left hand can come down to your block to take it a little deeper. And still a little active in your abdomen, protecting your lumbar spine. Invitation to notice your breath with your next inhale. Exhale, right arm is gonna come down. Hips are gonna sink back towards your left. Hips are gonna sink back towards your right heel. Full breath in. Full breath out. Begin to crawl back forward with your blocks. Walk your hands to your right, heel toe your left foot to the outer edge of your space, and then step it back to tabletop, and that's where we'll meet. And from tabletop, bring your big toes to touch, your knees widen into child's pose, sinking your hips back towards your heels. Forehead to your mat or to a block. As much of a bend in your elbows as feels appropriate to your practice here. And then settling in with your next exhale. Beginning to notice the cadence of your breath at this point of your practice. No wrong or right, better or worse answer. You might rock your forehead from side to side, giving your brow line a little massage. And then allowing yourself to go fully empty with your next exhale breath. And an intentional inhale through your nose. Feel your stomach, your rib cage, your throat expand with air. Full free exhale. Pushing all the air out. Again, inhale through your nose, filling all the way up. Torso expanding in every direction. Full exhale. Coming back to your regular breath. Gaze towards your thumbs, pull yourself up to a tabletop, and we're going to meet on our backs once again. So mindfully making your way back on to your back with your knees bent, feet on the floor. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Left foot's on the ground. You can stay here. You can float your left foot off the ground, interlace hands on top of your left shin or under your left calf muscle. Finding a figure 4 shape. Also have the option to release your hands. This is actually the most demanding on your psoas muscles, your hip muscles in this pose, because you don't have the help of your arms. But there's no right or wrong, better or worse option here. I'm actually preferring to cross my hands, just going that little bit deeper into my psoas, into my hip muscles, my low back, my glutes here. Catch another breath in. And as you exhale, gently release your fingers if they're interlaced. Gently let your left foot find the mat. Bring your right foot to your mat and switch sides, crossing your left ankle over your right thigh. Slight flex to your left foot. Left knee is pressing away from you continuously. Option to stay here. Belly button to spine if you float your right foot, interlacing fingers around your right shin or behind your right calf. Again, option to have arms by your sides or out to a T. Softening shoulders away from your ears, long through your cervical spine, steady with your breath. One more full breath in. All the way empty as you exhale. And then gently release the interlace of your hands. Bring both feet to the mat. Send both legs long. Inhale, full body stretch. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, both knees into your chest. Inhale, float your forehead to your knees. Exhale, soften your shoulders away from your ears. Catch another breath in here. Get as tight as you can all the way down to your toes. Sip in just a little bit more air. And then exhale, slowly release everything long onto your mat, taking up as much space as feels appropriate to your practice, so long as you can release any conscious muscular efforts and allow your breath to move freely throughout your whole body for just the next few moments. If you have the gift of time, always the option to stay where you're at. Begin to bring awareness and intention back to your breath. And as you become conscious of your body moving with your breath, start to invite conscious physical movement back into your system, however you feel called to do so. And when you do feel back and in your body, depending on your positioning, knees will probably make their way into your chest. Pause there for a moment if so. And then follow your path of least resistance to any comfortable seat, head above heart, heart above pelvis. Eyes can stay closed if that feels safe and or comfortable to your own practice. You can always leave your eyes open. And if you feel called to, your hands can come to heart center, but that's never required. But wherever you do land at, I invite you to take these last few moments to yourself to thank and honor your own body for the movement, balance, strength, mobility it just gave you. And thank you for sharing your time, your space, and your practice with me. Namaste. Making your way to any comfortable seat, head above heart, heart above pelvis. Eyes can stay closed if that feels safe and or comfortable to your own practice. You can always have your eyes open. And if you feel called to, hands can come to heart center at Angelic Prayer Mudra, but that's never required. Wherever you do land at though, I invite you to take this last moment to yourself to thank and honor your own body for the movement, balance, strength, mobility it just gave you. And thank you for sharing your time, space, and your practice with me today. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my other videos.